Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to my new space. So I haven't made any reviews in about 2 weeks because I moved last weekend, so I was getting used to my new space and getting things together. And this is my new setup for my reviews, and I'm excited to get back, and especially excited for this particular review for Won't You Be My Neighbor, which is Morgan Neville's documentary on Mr. Rogers. Fred Rogers. And this documentary, which I don't watch a whole lot of documentaries, and wasn't sure if I should review this or not because I'm really not quite sure exactly what to look for in terms of a documentary, but seeing as I'm not putting a grade on these things anymore, I figured at least talk to you a little bit about how this is set up and what it's about and whether it's worth going to see, which the short of it is this is fantastic, and I think really anybody should go see this documentary, this film, because it's so heartwarming and really paints an amazing picture of somebody who is truly fascinating and wonderful and who made such a great impact on so many people. And I think one of the most interesting things about this documentary is that we really get into the philosophy of Mr. Rogers, and you get a real sense of what made him tick, why did he do the things that he did, what were the things that he didn't like, and what he saw in entertainment for children at that time, which was a lot of boom, slapstick, like hitting things and a lot of color and stuff like that. And he really wanted to make a show where he had real conversations with these children and really had meaningful things to say to them, and he wanted to be able to take on tough issues like assassination and divorce and race-related issues. And there was parts of it where you had Fred Rogers talking straight to the camera and him telling us as the audience about his philosophy and what he was trying to do, and then that being interlaid with actual footage of the show and other people talking about what went on in these episodes of this extremely long-running show, which I actually watched as a child. And this was something that was truly moving and truly inspirational. And it's so interesting getting to see this backstory of this man. And for the most part, it seems like it's in chronological order. But then the thing is, you get different perspectives on certain things, like going back to when he was a child later in the documentary to really add some perspective on some of the issues that he was having later on. And just some of the things in this was so impressive because you got so many varied perspectives. Because you got his perspective, you heard straight from him. You heard from all the cast members and other people that were involved in this, and really getting a sense of the impact that he made through this show. And it's something really inspirational and very emotional. There's a couple of sequences in this film that really hit emotionally, and I don't want to give anything away because if you do wind up going to see this, I want this to have the most impact as possible. But how he made other people feel loved, and love was such a big part. And there's parts in this movie that I got really mad, I got very angry, because it showed people who didn't agree with him and thought that he was bad for society and stuff like that, and the hate that they fueled, and hatred from children, and hate being put into children against Mr. Rogers. And it's so sad, and you got to see his perspective on how that affected him and those close to him and how that affected him. And honestly, this story of this man is so historically relevant with so many things going on today. And this film trying to portray this man who really tried to have real moments with children and talking to them like they're people and having them deal with certain issues that are relevant to us as a society. And I love this, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. Go check this out. It's playing at AMC's, it's playing at small indie theaters. I got to go to the county theater in Doylestown for the first time to go see this, and it was so perfect seeing it in such a little tiny wonderful theater, seeing this wonderful documentary. And I can't sing the praises of this anymore. go check this out. Go find it somewhere near you. Take your family. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. It's not long, and this really is affecting and really something special that I feel like anybody can truly enjoy.